Hello and welcome to the Real Talk Tonight. I'm your host, Makayla Mikey Verbruggen. On this episode, we will be discussing very sensitive and triggering topics related to sexual assault as this PSA is based on the Sexual Assault Center of Kingston. If this is not a episode that you can watch, we ask you to please click off now, and we will catch you guys on the next episode. But thank you for tuning in. Hello, everyone, and welcome to Real Talk Tonight. I'm your host, Makayla Mikey Verbruggen. Today, we are joined by the writer and producer, Nathaniel Navarro, and the director and writer, Roy McArthur. How are you both doing today?
Hello, I'm doing quite well. How about you?
It's good. I'm doing pretty fantastic. And you?
I'm feeling good. I'm
Lightweight conscious?
Yeah, pretty much. I'm grateful to be here and to be able to open my eyes to a new day.
That's all we can really ask for in these trying times.
Exactly. So can you guys give us a rundown of what this PSA is about and what the focal point is?
Sure. So we both started working on this project, second semester last year. We convened over our shared experiences regarding the topic of sexual assault. And we decided, especially now with how things have been shifting with internet culture and the trivialization of the lived realities of people who have survived sexual assault and rape, we really wanted to remind people that there are people who experience this. You need to have empathy for them. And you should be doing more for these people within your communities. Because as of right now, especially with modern internet culture, rape has been relegated to a joke. You've seen a lot of these types of posts going around where it's like, oh yeah, I'm going to touch you. Or, how that one bro gets when he drinks. And to those people making those posts, it might seem like a funny joke to make amongst friends, but there are people everywhere who experience that lived reality. More people are victims of sexual assault than other folks realize. And I think that we're kind of going through a bit of an empathy crisis in that field of things. Off to you.
Wow, you explained it pretty good, but I feel like Roy said, this was something that has been sparked since last year, and it was something that we kind of wanted to kind of shed light on. Even like you said, internet culture and such out there, the society has kind of shifted in this very negative way for how they view sexual assault and rape. And so we just thought, why don't we make a further PSA that pushes the message that represents multiple different communities about, kind of shedding light on how bad it really is and how, much we shouldn't be kind of treating it as how we are treating it now today. So
it's not just a one group issue. It goes across racial lines, ethnicity lines, gender lines, sexuality lines, age ranges, everything. There's a really powerful art piece that is displayed in museums, and I don't think I could see it in person because I'd break down into tears if I saw it, but it's what were you wearing when you were assaulted? And there's everything from pull-up diapers with Dora printed on them to nightgowns worn by young children. It's not about what you're wearing. Nobody's asking for it. Nobody's existence should invite that kind of behavior. You should be able to walk down the street wearing short shorts and a tank top and feel safe, just like you should be able to put your kid to bed and expect that they'll be safe and unharmed in the morning. It's not a one-person thing. It's a community thing that we really need to be addressing because trans people are being victimized at incredibly high rates. Women and femmes are being victimized at incredibly high rates. Men are being victimized at incredibly high rates. There are massive racial disparities when it comes to how people are treated within the justice system and how the justice system treats those people who have been victimized. So it's a very intersectional issue. It comes from patriarchy, gender norms, cis heteronormativity, racial biases. People are victimized at high rates across all communities, and we need to have empathy for one another because I don't think it's currently going in a direction that's benefiting anybody. We aren't serving our communities. We need to build community. We need to take care of each other, especially right now when the justice system is not taking care of us in the way that we should be taken care of.
So with such a heavy subject matter, how did you guys kind of go about focusing and working with the company, which is the Sexual Assault Center of Kingston?
Kingston, yeah. That's a great question. I mean, to start, as somebody who struggles with mental health issues, I wanted to make sure that this set was as safe and comfortable for people as a set like this could physically be. So to start, I went into this project knowing I wanted to bring on therapy dogs. I wanted to have mental health support there on set for people. And as somebody who, one, loves animals, and two, has had past experiences with therapy dogs, therapy animals, I went to a therapist who had a therapy bunny named Monster for a bit. Rest in peace, Monster, fly high. I feel that animals are a great way for people to easily find comfort in something. And there are actually scientific studies that have shown that petting a dog or cat really relaxes your mind and body. And it's very emotionally beneficial for you. I also wanted to create this space where there is this sense of safety and comfort. So we set up our craft room to not only have yummy food, but with these dogs as well and their handlers who would, assist with things and make sure that people had a safe and comfortable place to unwind and go. I also was very adamant about this set has specific rules where if you do any form of messing with them, we're going to have to ask you to leave. No jokes that are of a remotely sexual nature, because we have people on the set who are survivors. No trivializing the subject matter in the slightest. Treat it with respect, as you would if it were your own story. And be kind. No meanness on this set. This is a very emotionally raw topic to approach. And it's a lot of people on set have open wounds relating to it. So being gentle with one another, it might not be easy on a film set, but it's better to try than to be too blunt and harsh and rip open an old scar. So extend your empathy, extend your time, and show people that you care, because you're not going to get a community unless you make effort to build it. I'm going to toss this one off to you as well.
I mean, took a mental toll on me just with the amount of rejections essentially we got, which for me really put me in this position, or maybe really I feel like in a way they prove a point that we're trying to make. And and that's in terms of kind of disregardment for the topic, or letting us share our own perspective or view in the way that we feel fit. And so I feel like once we kind of came across the Sexual Assault Center of Kingston, it really felt, me personally, I felt safe. Because, I'll say it publicly, I am a survivor, right? So I felt I got this secondhand safetyness just by being able to openly communicate, and to be able for them to actually take time to listen, and to actually hear the ideas out, and to actually approve it. So it was just really great to see, because even after the fact, I wanted to hear everybody's thoughts on the therapy dogs, and even them hearing just was it was great. It allowed me to kind of distract myself from, and then again, this isn't even just things like being a survivor, but it's also just because it's stress, we're in a stressful time, so people are going to obviously want to look for other ways to de-stress themselves for other reasons, not just sexual assault and being a survivor. So it was great that we were able to fill more than one purpose for having the dogs there, and for having any other source of resources that we had, It
meant a lot to have the ability to create a project like this. It was definitely important to me to be able to, as a writer and director, tell a story that really matters, and to try and do a bit of good in this world in whatever way I can. I'm always happy to donate my time and effort to a cause that I believe in and that matters. I'm a big advocate for volunteer work. If you have free time, you should volunteer it. Give back to your community. It'll do you some good. It's good for the soul.
Yes, and because you both are writers on this project, can you kind of talk about what it was like producing this PSA as a whole and directing it kind of as a whole?
Yeah, I felt like writing the script kind of made me, I don't know, I feel like it was a bit touching to me. like in the perspective of like, finally I can share my view or how I think it would work, or like, you know, it's almost like reminiscing on how we shared each other's experiences, but through a poetic way, which felt really nice to me. And I just felt like, I mean, like you said, like it was a great energy that we were able to give off to each other, and it pretty much was natural. Like it was just there was no hate or nothing, and it was just a very quick, clean, efficient process in getting what we wanted, because again, we both want nothing but to change this world for the better. I personally, and I'm sure Roy does too, but I personally want to die knowing that like I left a footprint and this footprint will last, and that people will begin to follow those footprints to become better.
I'm the kind of person where I think the work I do is a lot more important than who I am myself. I had it written on my website for a bit. The man is a lot less more important than the work, or a lot less interesting than the work. I devote myself to the work I do wholly and completely. I always put a piece of myself into the projects that I work on. And with this one, it's the kind of thing where it just kind of circles back to me loving volunteer work. I mean, there's no financial incentive, but there shouldn't be a financial incentive to do some good. You know, it shouldn't be so tit for tat in the whole world. You know, no, sometimes you don't need to have your back scratched if somebody else is itching it for you. No, it was a bit of a baptism by fire at first, but we made it. Put her there. Don't leave me hanging.
You guys are two very incredible filmmakers, and I'm honestly very excited to see the final cut. And I know you guys put a lot into this, as you've heard. But thank you both so much for making such an impact, like putting your hearts on your sleeves, basically, and creating such an impactful PSA that I hope will be able to make a difference in this world.
Shoot, I mean, words of the public, not words of the wise, because I don't consider myself wise. I ain't been alive long enough to be wise yet. I'm only 21. I wouldn't exactly call a 21-year-old wise. But do good. Be good. Care more. That's really all we can do, because nobody's too separate from an issue to care about it. You know, do a little act of kindness every day. It's very easy to get caught up in the massive tsunami of upsetting things you're seeing all on the news, all on the internet, and it can feel very paralyzing. I mean, we're two people. We can't stop this from happening all on our own. I wish I could, but we can't. We're two people, so we do what two people can do. We put our voices out there, we platform the voices of others, and we let people know that they're cared for, and there are people who care, and there are people who are fighting to make sure that they're cared for. So volunteer at a community shelter. Donate food. Work at a food pantry. Pick up trash in the local park. Do something to make your community a better place. Care for the people around you, because when bad things happen, those are the people who are going to take care of you. Don't become apathetic.
I feel like I live by this one constant like quote, and even my fiance always like puts it on everything, like all my clothes and all my custom blanket and stuff, but it's always like, live your life to the fullest in the time that you have. And it's by one of my favorite video game characters, Sonic the Hedgehog. And I live by that statement, because any opportunity that you get to speak up for something, or to represent something, or in general just to be able to do good and to be that guiding light for others, that's just to take that chance, take that opportunity, even if it seems risky or career ending, or take that chance to speak up for who you are and for what you stand for, despite what others might think of it. So I feel like that's what it's taught me, and I feel like that's something I want to be able to inspire and teach others.
Well, that was The Real Talk tonight. Thank you guys so much for tuning in, and we will see you guys next time. But please grab your tickets to see these incredible films and incredible PSAs at the Hot Docs Ted Rogers Cinema on April 16th. And yeah, thank you guys for joining in, and have a phenomenal week. Bye, guys.
Woo-hoo.